Prospect Sturt, 16 goals, 19, 115 points. Quite an easy win in the end over North Adelaide, 14 goals for 88. John Riley back in the side for North Adelaide. Of course, today at Football Park, we saw South Adelaide come up against Glenelg. The conditions out there today were quite hot, as I said earlier. There was a northeasterly breeze blowing, certainly favouring the northern end. But as usual at Football Park, it's quite a swirly breeze, and we saw a side kicking goals into both ends. In the first quarter, South won the toss and they kicked with the wind. Didn't take a great deal of advantage of it, though. In fact, we saw only 3 goals kicked in the first quarter. It was a very tight game of football. Several teams, in fact both sides, letting to play for that kick mark, and not a lot of fluent play at all in the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, South 2 goals, 5, 17 points. Glenelg 1, 3, 9 points. In the second quarter, Glenelg kicking with the breeze added 4 goals 2 to South Adelaide's 5 goals 2. Perhaps the biggest influence on the game in the second quarter was that of coach Graham Corns, who came onto the ground, went to full forward and took some sensational marks up there for South Adelaide. The third quarter, we saw Glenelg, Alan Stringer reported very early in the quarter. I think that was the turning point of the game. Stringer was reported for throwing the ball high into the grandstand after disputing one of the decisions with the umpire. And following that dispute, we saw several skirmishes develop in the third quarter, and several of the Glenelg players, including Carey and Seabohm, certainly lost their concentration. South didn't capitalise, however. They could have sewn up the game in the third quarter. And when the siren went, we saw South 10 goals, 11, 71 points. Glenelg 8 goals, 6, 54 points. A 17-point lead to South Adelaide. Glenelg to kick with the breeze. Could they come back? Let's take a look and see. Siren sounds at Football Park to start the last quarter. South Adelaide by 17 points, but the Bays kicking with the breeze. Can they come back? Carey against Christie. Christie won the tap, tried to get it down to Dewhurst. He couldn't take it, though. Plenty of players in there, including McGuinness, and we'll see a bounce up. Almost in the centre circle. Wind still blowing here from the northeast. Carey against Christie. Christie got the tap, was punched on, however. Comes to Dewhurst. Can he pick it up? It sits for him. Gets a handball across towards Martin. He's got plenty of pace. Lines up the goals onto his right boot. The kick's underway. But he's just dragged it, however, and a minor score to Martin. So South go to 10 goals, 12. Glenelg 8 goals, 6. And exactly 3 goals the difference.
That's a situation there with Paul Martin running in. He must surely have aimed that ball at the right-hand post. He should never have missed it on the left-hand side.
Gavin Walsh kicks in, looks for Carey. Carey gets it across to Simons. He's got plenty of space, as he always seems to have, Simons. Comes back looking for Kernahan. Well done in front, however, by White. Comes to Twelftree. Dummies. Chips across. He'll find Marshall. Marshall's looking for a lead. Nichol called for it in the pocket. It's going that direction. He's got Kernahan there as well. Comes off hands. Kernahan with a left foot snap. Umpire has a close look. Minor score to Kernahan. Glenelg 8 goals, 7. South 10 goals, 12.
They both had an opportunity early in the first quarter, but Kernahan missed on the right side. At least it had a chance. Any sort of breeze there would have just blown that in.
Stewie Palmer kicks off. Short kick. Christie led. Palmer found him. Big Christie. Rucking for South. They've had a few problems in ruck this year. Lost Hawkins and Greek. Good mark taken there by Zuthi.
We talked about his height on the centre wing, how important it was to Glenelg. There's an example of it, taking the mark on rebound and turning back in towards Nichols.
He's found Nichols now. Nichols a long way out. He'll centre it. Nice looking kick. It'll sit. The pack should fly. Palmer in front. Read it well.
Stuart Palmer, veteran back pocket player for South Adelaide, captain of the side. Up the middle he goes. He's got Martin on the lead. Martin to White. White out onto the grandstand wing. Plenty of room here. Ball pushed forward by Gary Christie to Snee Bickler, and South on the move. South have got a chance. 1, 2 bounces. He'll give it over to Nailey. No, he won't. He'll have a go himself. Big kick into the full forward position. Well defended by Salisbury. But there it is. Slattery. Almost a goal, but not too much pressure on him. 1 point only. South stay in front. 10 goals, 13 to Glenelg 8-7.
Well, the game's going to go backwards and forwards again by the look of things, Keith. We've seen it most of the day. They've gone goal for goal. There's been some pretty fierce tackling. They've been pretty strong at the ball. Glenelg have had a winner up forward, I feel, in Leon Twelftree's. Won the ball pretty well off hands. Around the ground, though, South Adelaide perhaps a little the better. And that's what they're leading by. That's the 3 goals at the moment.
Gavin Walsh kicks in. They've lost Farquhar so far in this game. Glenelg comes off hands to Nailey. Goes back to Christie. Chips one away, looking for Corns. He's in front, Corns. well spoiled away from behind. Schneebichler thumps it on. Straight to Slattery. Slattery lines up to right foot kick. Will it drift back? It won't. Minor score to Slattery. South 10-14. Glenelg 8-7.
Oh, gee, these can be match-winning kicks. That's Schneebichler. It's a great team, man. Beautiful team sense.
Walsh's kick-off is up the middle. Big mark by Carey, important mark. Pushed on by Salisbury. Was it Duthie? Marshall. It was Nichols in front. He couldn't take it, but Hall gets a chance now. Puts it into 12th tree again. There's Motlop. Motlop into an open goal. Good one for the Bays. His third goal. And Glenelg go to 9 goals 7. South on 10-14.
Well, Mark Motlop's first goal for this.
Centre bounce, 4 minutes into the final quarter. Carey against Christie. Dead heat. Daly read it well off hands. Comes out with what great pace. One short little chip. Oh, good, well placed chip kick indeed to Hewitt there. True centre half forward position. He's about 50 metres out.
Mark Nayley again. That's the second time he's played that player to the centre to that end of the ground. He did it in the second quarter. What a wonderful player he is.
Hewitt's kick's underway. It's a nice long kick. Will make the distance. In fact, he's put it through for a goal. That's his second to Hewitt. South move along to 11 goals 14. An important goal into the breeze. Glenelg trailing 9 goals 7.
Well, we've read a lot about Mark Nayley wanting to go to play for Victoria. But I tell you what, there's a big Panther stamped on his chest. I've never watched him play when he doesn't put everything into it. And today, he's certainly not letting the Panthers down. That movement out of the centre, absolutely delightful.
Young Gary Christie up against Peter Carey. He wins that one. Christie wins it. Only in the way there. Bay defence through Hall, I think it was. Seabohm. Now the run on for the Bays. That's Tony Hall. He'll have a look at the goals. No, he's decided to bring it across into the square. Good defence by Bennett.
That was 12-3, gave the handball again too. Keith, he's getting his hands on the ball there on 12-3 up in that forward line.
Bennett to the outer side. Ron Haitley waits for it. He hasn't got too many players to go to. He's going to have to wait for it. Dewhurst giving him a lead out onto the wing now.
Nayley's telling him to slow down.
Plenty of time. Dewhurst, it was he was looking for, but Marshall pushed it out.
Beautifully placed kick too, wasn't it, to defence? It's just right on the line and enabling Dewhurst just to push it out of bounds so that South Adelaide can get their numbers up with the ball.
Christie against Kernahan this time. Kernahan wins that one to McGuinness. Haitley will pick it up though. He couldn't get into position for a kick, so Glenelg with a chance, but Robin White's got hold of it. He'll push it out to Haitley. Haitley on the outer side.
They hit White from everywhere then, and he bounced up like a little rubber ball.
Good mark by Stringer. Schneebichler with a chance to take South into attack. He does down the outer flank. There's Corns in front. Should have taken it, but good defence by the Bays. Seabohm to Walsh. Marshall eludes his opponent well. McFarlane in the middle. Over the centre come the Bays. Salisbury caught, gets the thing away though. Corns on the move. He's in the centre of the ground.
He chased from the full forward area then. Magnificent performance.
Nayley with his 15th kick, 20th kick. The ball neutralised in there. The umpire waits for it, give it a chance to come out. It doesn't, so umpire O'Connor will bounce.
Beautiful play by Graham Corns. He chased all the way, and a magnificent read by Paul Martin on that tackle on Salisbury.
Schneebichler with a big thump forward, but Bay defence. Gibbs coming out with it. Played well in the back pocket. He must have run too far though. Oh, he tucked it under his arm.
I wonder why he did that.
I don't know. I think he thought he's played rugby for a minute.
He completely lost control of himself, didn't he? He forgot what he was doing. He was looking for someone to give it to.
Nayley now plays on for South. He's got Martin, the running player. He dodges Weavers onto the right boot. Looks good. Will the wind bring it back? Good goal, Martin. South, his first, and South doing well into the breeze in the final quarter there. 12 goals, 14-86. Glenelg 9-7-61.
A little show of emotion there from Graham Corns as him and a whole heap of players ran across to congratulate Paul Martin. But that was a wonderful kick, much better than his earlier shot this quarter when he ran in and he hooked it across the face of goal from the other side. But he didn't make the mistake twice. Running into that goal, he hit it to the right-hand post and it just swung in quietly with the breeze and the tightness of his leg for full points to the old Panthers.
8-minute mark of the final quarter. It's been a humid day here. Players should start to feel it soon. Carey wins the tap. It's a big thump. Comes towards 12 tree, but Bennett thumps it on again. Slattery got the tap out. Comes to Martin. Doesn't sit for him at the moment. Does now. He's got Bennett running past. He eludes around Duthie. Gets onto his left boot. Didn't look that well though. Schneebichler will get the push in the back. Takes the free kick. There's a Bay player down. Hasn't moved, and he has moved now at the moment. Schneebichler plays on quickly towards the pocket area. Corns was on the lead. He was too slow getting there. And Gibbs has taken the mark.
That was just bad luck. 15 metre though. Umpire judging that it was foul after disposal.
So Gibbs, screw punt to the centre of the ground, looking for Carey and Kernahan. Comes off hands 12-3 to Marshall. Marshall dropped the ball. A few errors by Glenelg. 12-3 should back up. Holst will come in and shepherd. Comes to Carey. Big fella gets onto his right boot, chips away, and he's found Alan Stringer.
Lucky David Holst missed then.
Don't know whether he did, actually.
Yeah, the lad put his head back. I think he just felt the breeze go past.
Alan Stringer now. An important kick for Glenelg. They must get back into this game. They've got the breeze in the final quarter. 45-degree angle. Right foot kick. He's put it out beautifully. Let the wind come back. What a great kick by Alan Stringer. So Glenelg, 10-7. South 12-14.
Peter Carey, the captain for the Tigers, will contest against South ruckman Gary Christie. Neither can get hold of it. It's Nayley almost with the run, but Gibbs this time with a good kick forward, a long kick forward with the breeze, right into the square. Nichols couldn't take it. Now he gets another shot. It might be over the shoulder, and I think he's got it. Whoa. Tremendous try by Nichols. Plenty of pressure around him.
The old scissor kick in soccer.
Stuart Palmer will kick off for South Adelaide.
He nearly sawed himself in two.
Short one to Fairclough. South Adelaide taking plenty of time now. They're 4 goals up, or is it? They're 3 goals up at this stage. 3 clean goals up. Bennett fends it off for South Adelaide. We might see some defensive football at this stage from South, Robert.
I don't know, that was a magnificent spoil. If anyone ever wanted to see a fellow spoil a ball properly, you saw it then, put the fist right through the ball, just ran it out of bounds. And so South Adelaide hanging on. Glenelg looking to get some mobility into that forward area.
So in grandstand side, Kernahan went up with Brooksby. Nayley came out with it well. Nice little twist, one bounce. Oh, it didn't sit for him. He recovered though.
He's terrific, isn't he?
He got the free kick too.
Well, what about when he followed the ball, when it bounced over his head, it sort of came back and it lobbed back in his hands again, like he's like a little rubber ball. I don't know how he does it.
Beautiful control. Nayley's kick is high. Schneebichler will be in front. It was an early leap from Seabohm. Salisbury gets the hurried kick out for Glenelg. Bennett's there again. Oh, he read that well. He's playing a great game. He's got plenty of time. Left foot kick towards centre half forward. Corns is on a lead. Walsh from behind. Haitley comes out with it. Slattery's in there. Gets the handball across. Was looking for Haitley. Butler's in. Isabe's desperate at the moment.
Beautifully played by the Glenelg defender. Duthie was the last of the Mohicans then. He was back there defending like crazy against 3 men, and he's won a free.
Simons has hurt himself for the Bays. He went into contest against the South player running forward. Looks like he's done a leg, and in fact there's a stretcher being called for.
There's the 2 champs down there then. McGuinness and Nayley. Irvine chipping in. Great little competition there on the half-back flank for Glenelg.
Simons doesn't look to be too well. It'll be a tragic loss for Glenelg. He's a great player. Picks up many kicks week after week. Is it a leg? He's in some pain.
Very quick to bring the stretcher out these days because the game stops when the stretcher comes onto the ground, and that means it gives them an opportunity to put the spare player on. If the player does go onto the stretcher, in fact, then the game can go on, and this not go on, sorry, the player can go on whilst the player's being carried off the ground on the stretcher.
He's moving pretty freely there when he ran off. Rod Campbell was waiting to come on, but he won't be needed at this stage. So we'll see a ball up. Carey against Schneebichler. Carey took it out of air to Duthie. Glenelg drive up towards the centre area. Stringer didn't quite read it properly. Kernahan took it out of the air. Over the shoulder. Play on though for 12-3.
He's here again.
He's got time. Chips one away to Nichols. He's got plenty of time to pick up Nichols. He should turn and have a kick. He'll centre it. It's a high one. Into the sun. Players will be looking there. Off hands, Bennett again. Seems to have plenty of time. Gets it to Haitley.
I reckon he went to kick that to the umpire, then reckon he quickly checked his kick halfway through.
To Fairclough, who drives it up to the forward position. Walsh, last line of defence for the Bays. Will play on quickly. Comes out towards the grandstand side. Looking for Marshall. Schneebichler's there as well, and we'll see it dribble over, and we'll see a ball in.
It'd certainly be very deceiving, wouldn't it, if you had the white, you quickly look up and there's white in front of you, and as the player came out of defence, then he checked him, so I think he went to give the ump a free kick.
Grandstand wing position, the throw-in. Nailing for South Adelaide. Good defence by the Bays. Chance here as Butler pushes it right into the square. And it hit the post. Wasn't a bad shot at all after all that.
I think he was actually trying to control that to the goal square. Keith, he had Glenn Hewitt running into the square, and he tried to just run it up to the goal line. It was a magnificent kick, and just held up onto the post, fortunately for Glenelg.
South Adelaide are on 12-15 ahead of Glenelg 10-8.
Gavin Walsh kicks in, looking for Carey. Reaches the centre square, slumped away, back in towards South Adelaide's favour. Well picked up, tried to get the handball across, didn't come off.
Hewitt it was.
Slattery now with it. Picks up, he's got time, onto his right boot. He chips away to Corns. It was over that player's head. Walsh and Salisbury race for the ball. The minor score to South Adelaide. They're 12 goals, 16, 88 points. Glenelg 10-8, 68. 20 points the difference. We've played about 15 minutes.
So it's Philip Ward will come back on the ground to replace Slattery, who's feeling the pinch at the moment.
Pack flies and a mark taken from behind by Schneebichler.
He needs to get it back in quickly too. He's got Ward running up the wing. Doesn't know he's there.
Long kick. Oh, it's a good kick into the breeze. Almost get to the goal square. Corns in front, couldn't take it. Comes off hand to Ward, who's just come on for South Adelaide. McFarlane comes through, content to tap it over the line. We'll see a ball in, left forward pocket for South Adelaide.
Well, John Schneebichler certainly putting a big effort in. Glenelg have got to really lift at this point. They want to find a bit of team play through the centre somehow.
Schneebichler was against Seabohm. Ball right into the centre half forward position for South Adelaide as Michael Irvine chases it, but first to it is Alan Stringer, taken well for the Bays. Gives it on, McGuinness through the middle. Chance to turn it out onto the half forward line for them. Plenty of competition out there. First out with it, Mark Motlop. He could run all the way if he wants to. He's going to have one bounce, settles it down as a shot. Umpire says it's a goal. 4 goals, Mark Motlop. Glenelg 11 goals 8 behind Southland 12-16.
Into the final quarter. Glenelg need a couple of quick goals to get back into it. Kernahan went for the big thump, comes off hands, 12-3 knocks it on, comes to the big fellow in Carey, turns onto his right boot. It's a high floating kick into the full forward position. Nichols is in front, smothered off hands, and we'll see a ball in about 2 metres around from the point post.
There's 14 points the difference. 28 shots to 19 South have had.
Important ball in now. Glenelg need a goal vital with this breeze. Carey takes it off out of the air, couldn't get his kick away, however. 12-3 was in there. We'll see a ball up.
Playing man for man back across the centre. Kernahan's back here, he's playing man for man. Rovers are back in the centre, Fairclough and McGuinness.
Carey up high, looks to be taken out of the air. Ball held to that player. We'll see another bounce up. Doesn't favour Carey at all, that bounce. South desperate. Palmer eventually comes out with it to Bennett. They've done that so well today. Chip across, looking for Dewhurst. Well spoilt, though, by Gibbs.
Gibbs may be up at the centre of the ground, in fact, or is Dewhurst being shifted out of the centre?
Ball in.
I'd say Dewhurst is out of the centre. He's on the half-forward flank at the moment.
Ball in grandstand side. Looks like Wayne Carty's about to come on for South Adelaide. He has. And Christie's gone off.
John Seabohm looking a little bit proppy too on his left leg, because he's had a bit of trouble with his legs, had a broken leg.
He had a bad fall too about 10 minutes ago.
Carey against Schneebichler. Carey took it out of the air again. Irvine couldn't come out with it. Ball head held to Carey. Play a little bottled up at the moment, but South will be glad to see the time ticking by.
18 minutes, in fact.
Ball up again. Schneebichler. Marshall, hurried kick. Couldn't get it through the big pack of players. Schneebichler on the bottom. We'll see another bounce up.
See if I can move it out for you.
We'll send you down there, Keith.
Half forward flank position for Glenelg. They needed to go forward badly. Not much going to be done about that. because there's a push in the back decision given against them. David Fairclough will clear. South Adelaide in typical form run it backwards to Palmer.
With 2 against 1 out there, though.
Palmer looking for his teammate right on the outside. Haitley. No. It's been paid.
Free kick against Nichols.
To Philip Brooksby. Phil Brooksby will take plenty of time. To the grandstand, I should say the outer wing position. Over the top, Kernahan couldn't quite get to it. It's run out of bounds.
Gee, they didn't read that too well. Obviously, that ball carried a little bit further than they expected then. Maybe that breeze has stopped a lot. Some of the flags on the outer side are hardly moving at all.
Kernahan against Carty back on the ground for South Adelaide. It was he who won the toss, but Salisbury is the player for Glenelg. To Mothlock. Haul up. Great spoil by a South defender. Still a chance for the Bays. Michael Bennett couldn't get hold of it. Twelftree has done a lot of good things for them in the half-forward line.
Bennett was the one who gave the handball again.
Kernahan.
Well, the umpire's called play on, though.
To Salisbury. Gibbs, back to Salisbury. Nice play.
I let it go on.
Stringer puts it right in. Over the half-forward line. And a big mark by the captain, Peter Carey.
Good bit of umpiring by John Hilton back there on the half-back line. A free kick was going to be awarded to Salisbury, and he's just gone back and spoken to Salisbury why he didn't award it. He just let the play go on rather than disadvantage the Glenelg flow.
305 games worth of experience in this lineup. Peter Carey's kick, vital for the Bays, but it's drifted off. He might rue that one as the Bays stay on 11-9 behind South on 12-16.
He's playing at centre half forward at the moment, Peter Carey. He's done a couple of nice things there too.
Brooksby to kick off from fullback for South. Goes straight down the middle of the ground. Gibbs will go up for Glenelg. Comes off the back of the pack though, and South will go back into attack. Comes out here towards Sneed Bickler. Oh, the bounce didn't favour him at all, and Marshall will tap it on. Only to Nailey though. Nailey's got a time to look. Chips away with the right foot, but Seabohm intercepts.
The umpire let that go. That was almost a throw against Marshall, wasn't he? He threw it up in the air and then hit it.
Seabohm drives back towards the centre half forward position, looking for Carey. Palmer was up early. Couldn't take the mark. Twelftree bundled off. Brent Nonna coming through. McGuinness, he'll work it around onto his left foot. Comes back towards the full forward position. Oh, well, Red Brooksby at the back of Nichols. And he'll go out towards the outer side to Haitley. South's defence holding up. It's a mean defence indeed.
Well done by Haitley. He had 3 Glenelg players ran into the space, and he suddenly had a look as he was going to take off, and he said, "No, Ronald, not now."
Now he does get his kick out towards the outer centre wing position. Big lead from behind. Gibbs. Good effort by Ross Gibbs. Good mark.
Well, he's looked a lot better in that back line, hasn't he?
Come across to Holst. Holst a big kick, driving the Bays again into the full forward position from behind. Oh, great mark. Tony Hall, he's capable of taking a good mark, and this is an important kick. Carey just missed one here only a few moments ago, the captain, which would have been vital for Glenelg. And now Tony Hall with the opportunity, about 30 metres out, almost directly in front. And the Bays need this. We've played 21, almost 22 minutes. They're trailing by just over 2 goals. Tony Hall, 19-year-old. He's taken his time. Oh, and he's hit the post, Tony Hall. No luck for the Bays. 2 important kicks for goal have resulted in minor scores, and it could be a big bearing on the game.
Yeah, I think they'll chop that post down tonight. That's twice it's been collected today. Leon Twelftree earlier.
Palmer chips out to Brent Nonna. He'll go back to Brooksby. Towards Haitley. Under pressure from Simons. The umpire will give the free kick to Haitley.
Holding the man.
Yep. Didn't have the ball, Ron Haitley. South trying to play a bit of a short game at the moment. Stringer over the top of Fairclough. Has taken a mark, and he'll look to quickly drive Glenelg back to that full forward position. Carey's calling for it. It's the high floating kick again to the full forward position. Hall again from the back. Well spoiled away. Twelftree off hands. Big Carey, can he convert? Oh, well smothered. Twelftree. Mark's been paid, has it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, Glenelg have had 2 or 3 shots from that acute angle. This is an important goal. Would you try and run around here, Robert?
I know what I'd do. I don't know whether he can kick the kick. I'm a right footer, he's a left footer. You kick a back screen, try and get it to bend, I would think. He's got the breeze to help him a little bit if he can just set it up in the top of the goal and really get it to bend.
Well, he's kicked 2 already, 12. Looks like he's going to do a
Drop punt.
drop punt.
No,
No, it's 3. Minor score to Glenelg, 11 goals, 11, 77. South 12, 16, 88. Glenelg not taking opportunities for goal.
It's 11 points the difference now. They need 2 straight kicks, and they've got plenty of time. We're only 23.5 minutes into the quarter, and Glenelg have taken complete control up in this forward line. South can't come out of defence at the moment.
They'll try again, this time with Bennett taking a fine mark in the pack.
Oh, gee, he's played a game, hasn't he?
14 kicks to Bennett, 12 handballs on the top. Hornsey out on the wing.
Beautiful stretch, wasn't it? It's a beautiful stretch.
Did a quiet Academy Award job as well.
Oh, well.
Not impressed.
Not interested, in fact.
No, didn't get a nomination even. So Hornsey will settle things down for South. It's his 10th kick. He's had a good game for them, a couple of screamers earlier. Schneebichler in front, well spoiled by Kernahan. Dewhurst over the top to Martin. He's under plenty of pressure.
It's got to go out of bounds. It has.
South Adelaide, will they hang on? Almost full time now. Time on only remaining. But Glenelg are the ones who've had the play in this last quarter. Dewhurst pushes it forward. Corns, defensive kick out of bounds.
Might have ricocheted off a leg, I think. I thought he had that under control. This is a good little chip he tried, wasn't it? I think it went too far.
Tried to push it into the pocket, but I don't suppose they mind at this stage, as long as it stays down near end. Philip Wool. Michael Irvine, the rover. He's looking for Brenton Honor, it was, at the bottom. Kept in by Martin. Martin puts it right back into the square, but McFarlane should mark it for the bays. He's got time to have a look around.
Gee, that's bad play by Glenn Hewitt, though. He ran the wrong side of the man and made no effort to hold the ball in.
Duthie over the centre line for the bays. Another chance to attack, but a fine mark for South Adelaide. It's Brenton Honor to Stuart Palmer. Palmer to Nailey. South playing possession football now. Bennett on the run. Oh, didn't come off. 12-3 blocked the pass. Bennett still gets a chance to get hold of it. His handball on to Brenton Honor, who's running down the ground for them. Right into the full forward position for them. Neutralised there. The umpire will have to bounce it. Umpire Hill.
Gee, Glenn Hewitt's a bit disappointing. He's really not playing confidently at all at the moment. He's come off the reserves bench today, but he won't go for that ball very confident. He's kicked a lovely goal, and they need him to get a kick up there in that full forward area if they're going to hang in there.
The ball's between half forward and full forward for South, but Glenelg will clear through Holst. Contest in the middle. Kernahan bumps it only to Philip Wool, though. Back into the full forward line for South Adelaide, and Hately's under it, is he? No, a fine mark there taken, I think, by the Glenelg defender, McFarlane, who's dropped back. He gives it to Simons, who runs around the back. There's Stringer. Stringer doubles back, runs it through centre. 2 bounces. He's got players to defend him too. Out onto the grandstand flank, half forward line. Good spoil by Brooksby. Stuart Palmer, bit of pressure on him now. Bay players all around him. And he does scoot it out to Martin. Martin with a chance to run. And he does. Gives to Fairclough. Back to Martin. Corns gave him the defence. Half forward line for Nailey. And a big mark by Wayne Carty. He plays it on to Hewitt, and Hewitt's got Hately in line, and this could be the end.
By Joes, the big fellow Carty, we haven't seen him all day. He had a sleep when he was on in the first bit, and Cornsey ripped him off quickly, and there he is at the critical moment. Well done, big fellow.
27-minute mark, and Ron Hately will take all the time in the world. His 15th kick. It's through. So South looks like they might have this one in the bag as Ron Hately kicks his second, and South go to 13-16. Glenelg 11-11.
Well, Paul Martin again then on the rebound play. Some lovely spoiling from the back line. A bit of good scooping out, or hitting out, should I say, by Stuart Palmer. Enabled South Adelaide to get possession through the centre, and the kick into the forward line. There was a big open space on the outer side of the ground. If big Wayne Carty hadn't taken that mark, the result could have been reversed, putting a 5-point difference, but now the difference is gone to 17 points.
We're at the 28-minute mark of the final quarter. The Bays have to do something quick. Kernahan was in ruck, takes it now. He's under pressure. Nailey comes out with it. Oh, he dummies 2 or 3, gets it to Hately.
It's a long kick by Hately. Can he be 2 goals in 2 minutes for Hately? It is. Well done. That should be the sealer. South 14 goals 16. Glenelg 11 goals 11.
Well, the little super naily just produced his super nail then. And put the coffin lid right on. Beautifully done. His movement. He's in the pack of two, in the middle of 2 people then, and his ability to dummy the handball, pull it back in again, and then at the critical moment sends out a firm ball straight to beat the young fellow, Ron Hately, and he's pile-driven it through the centre, and South can be very happy with their form this afternoon.
Naily, 24 kicks as the ball has bounced in the middle, the 28.5-minute mark. Kernahan, he hasn't given up. Big punch, only to find Butler. And it's played on. Hately has another shot. And it might even go through. Ah, fine mark taken. Right in the square. Gavin Walsh. Defending for the Tigers. Plenty of choices out there. Simons. Out to McGuinness. He's got a paddock. But the ball runs over the top of him. He'll pick it up, though. He goes around Bretton Honor, who tackled him well. Stringer. Plenty of time. Moves it on to Kernahan. Salisbury, Kernahan again, finds Gibbs, Gibbs ducks, Nailey's onto him. Watch the decision.
In the back.
Ross Gibbs from West Perth, only played a couple of games for the Bays in the league this year, played some Escort Cup games, and he's played effectively today for them as he puts it right into Peter Carey, almost the mark. Motlop couldn't get hold of it line up. Robin White's a clear. South Adelaide out on the grandstand wing. John McFarlane in the chase. He'll keep it in. Turns well. Chance to go onto the half-forward line and find Motlop.
4 goals since half-time to Motlop.
Motlop's too far out this time, though. Looks for Leeds. Decides to ping it in high to Peter Carey, who takes another fine mark. Well, Peter Carey missed one a few minutes ago, and it's all over now. He'll have a shot for percentage purposes, I suppose. That's unfortunately the story of the Bays in this last quarter. Couldn't raise a score. And so the final score here at Football Park, South Adelaide win comfortably in the end. 14 goals 16, 100 points to Glenelg on 11 goals 11, 77.
And a 23-point win there to South Adelaide. A couple of costly misses in that last quarter by Carey and Hall. Looking at the leading goal kickers for South Adelaide, Hately got 3, as did Corns, Schneebickler 2, Hewitt 2, and for Glenelg, Motlop got 4, only came on after half-time. A great effort by Motlop, 12-3 2, and McGuinness 2. And the stats for the game, South Adelaide 201 kicks to Glenelg's 184. In the mark department, 64 to 70. Handballs 108 to 101, almost even Stevens. Frees 28 to South and 21 to Glenelg. And the rucks 1 out of centre, 9 to South, Glenelg 11. Scoring shots 30 to 22. And just looking at some best players for South Adelaide, well, Naily played an absolute beauty of a game, had many touches all day and was one of the best rovers on the ground. Martin played well, as did Bennett, and Graham Brooksby did a very good job on Kernahan, who completely dominated the game for Glenelg last week, but Graham Brooksby did a great job. And also a quick mention to Christie, the young fellow in ruck. I thought he did a very good job up against Carey and Kernahan when he was on the ground. For Glenelg, 12-3, a ripper of a game. Alan Stringer, Motlop and Tony Simons. We'll take a short break and come back with more Big Replay on 7.